YouTube is Rico, man, back with another video. Y'all see what we got going on, man. We got real prison escapes caught on camera. Now this is something new. I said I gotta react to something like this because I've been thinking about seeing stuff like this and how often has it been going on lately. This came out like about 4 months ago, whatever, got 2 million views, so we're gonna get straight into the action. But if you're brand new to the channel, before we start, make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on your bell for the notifications so you know when we upload every single day and you don't want to miss out as soon as those videos drop. You also don't forget to share with your family and friends, because if you enjoy this type of content, then they might enjoy this type of content too as well. And also, down below in the comment section and in the description box, go follow us on our social media. Our shared Instagram is going to be in the comment section as well as the description box, but all of our private, well, not private, but individual social medias will be in the description box though. But other than that, man, y'all see what time it is and y'all know what we getting into. Let me start this screen record real quick. Starting it now. That started. Video, let's get it.
Criminals have been trying to escape prisons ever since their inception. In most cases, prison breaks fail, but this isn't always the case. Escapes don't only happen in the movies, as they actually happen much more often than you'd like to think in the real world. It's human nature to seek freedom, and it's going to be very clear the lengths some people will take to relish that sweet taste of fresh air. Luckily for us, most fail, but those very few truly committed criminals who are willing to risk it for the biscuit sometimes succeed spectacularly. Ready to meet the guys that escaped and lived to tell the tale? Let's get it on. Under the radar.
I didn't even know that
Sometimes
actor was in a prison movie like that. I did not know that.
Careful consideration. If you see an opening, you take it. 2 inmates were on garage duty outside the high fences of the prison. All it took was a fleeting glance towards each other, a little nod, and they were off. They bolted out of the prison grounds as fast as they could, leaving the supervising guard staring after them in disbelief as he called in the escape on his radio. Once the coast was clear, the pair split up to go their separate ways, every man for himself. They were apprehended a few days later in a nearby barn and apartment complex. How these guys flew under the radar and convinced the guards to let them outside without restraints is anyone's guess. Over the fence.
And that guard, he was not even like trying to chase after them. He literally just walking and taking his time pretty much. Like, I would have thought he would at least pull out a taser and tase one of them or something. But on top of that, you let 2 of them out without any type of restraints to make sure they don't try to run away like they did. And then on 2, you only had 1 guard out there. It should have been 2 of them for 2 different people, especially when y'all got them both basically without restraints. So y'all really just dropped the ball on that one. I don't know how y'all let that happen, but that's just crazy. Y'all definitely gotta work on what y'all doing. I hope y'all ain't doing that no more or something, man. Because if y'all still is, y'all just asking for mugs to run.
Some criminals would move heaven and earth in order to be free from the prison walls. Others would just simply move part of the wall. These 2 inmates removed a couple of cinder blocks and squeezed through the openings before throwing a blanket over a 25-foot-high razor wire fence and fleeing into the woods. The holes in the wall were covered by posters, and they even made dummies out of pillows and blankets in their beds to buy them valuable time. After all that work, they were caught when a local resident saw tracks in the mud at a nearby creek and alerted the authorities. If you're thinking of breaking out of jail, it'd probably be best if you didn't follow in the footsteps of these crooks.
And threw a blanket over the razor wire before running across the roof to a temporary freedom.
Think fast, act fast. When at first you don't succeed, try and try again. After a few failed attempts over the course of the day, this jailbird decided to bide his time and wait for his moment. When one presented itself, he had to think fast and act fast. As the police moved away from the patrol car to process his transfer, this guy saw an opening as the garage door was closing. He sprinted out of the tiny opening with the best display of speed limbo you've ever seen in your life. As the roller door closed behind him, it took the cops valuable minutes to get outside, and by this stage, he was long gone. He covered so much ground that not even a 2-hour sniffer dog search could find him. He was arrested the next day, and you could say his luck had run out. Pun very much intended.
That one, I ain't gonna lie. It's like you can kind of blame the cop on that one, but then again, you really can't, because you're not really expecting nobody to just hop out the car while you're really in that area. And then, well, I guess you actually could, because we seen in the first clip that the two dudes ran with no problem, even though the guard was around them. But on this one, the garage going down and stuff. You ain't expecting a person to hop out the back of your squad car and just basically beat it before the garage is fully down and stuff. So he kind of outsmarted them on that one and just hit the jets on them, shoot, pretty much. But definitely wasn't really worth it, because he only lasted a day before he got caught. So I know they're not gonna try that again for sure. They're gonna make sure that garage down before they just walk away from the squad car if they got somebody in the back sitting there. So definitely got to stay on top of that.
Slow and controlled. When you're not a criminal mastermind, you have to play to your strengths. Being a silver-tongued Casanova has its perks, especially if the guard making eyes at you just happens to be holding the keys to the only barrier between you and freedom. These guys calmly opened the gate and casually strolled out of the jail with no urgency at all, without a care in the world. There aren't many scenarios where a prison guard and an escaped con can live happily ever after. She's seen running her hands through her hair and looking totally stressed out, rethinking her life choices. The following day, she's arrested, and the three guys on the run are apprehended 5 days later after a tense siege with police. Stick to what you're good at, guys. Breaking hearts, not breaking out of jail.
So you mean to tell me y'all seeing these three individuals on camera just walking without a care in the world, or any type of what you want to call it? I can't even think of the word right now, but they just basically walking without a care in the world, not really even caring that they literally just basically about to escape and break out of jail, and ain't nobody, no other police officer or guard in the area, nobody came to run out and try to catch them or nothing. Tough.
Camera in the alley outside captured the men dressed in all white casually walking away.
Van hit and run. If something's too good to be true, it generally is. A group of prisoners were being escorted through the garage on their way back to their cells. One is seen lingering, and soon after walks behind a transport van out of sight, with the guards going ahead and not noticing he's missing. All that's left for him to do is open...
How do you not notice a person that's wearing basically a dark blue, ocean blue, missing out of the group? Like, y'all forgot that fast that it was a dude with that brighter colors on in the group? Y'all didn't notice he not even walking in with y'all? Some people, I don't know what they be on, man, but that's just too big of a mess up right there. Too big of a mess up.
Behind a transport van out of sight, with the guards going ahead and not noticing he's missing. All that's left for him to do is open the door, turn the key that's...
Then y'all left the keys in the van. You should already know not to leave no type of car keys in any car or vehicle at a police station / prison. Like, you just should know that already. You should definitely know that somebody is going to probably be crazy enough to risk and actually try to hop in that vehicle and take off if the keys is in there and left in there. Y'all definitely messed up on that one. Y'all should have known to take them out the ignition.
So conveniently sitting in the ignition and start the van. It's like the stars have aligned and the universe is almost begging him to take his chances for freedom. He floors the van, smashing through the garage door, and is free and clear. Or so he thought. He crashed into some trees nearby and was...
4 million cases later, Invisalign can work for just about anyone. Want to hear more?
Arrested. Most people steal a car and then get sent to jail, not the other way around. Handcuffs.
So this man managed to get out, but crashed in some trees literally not even too long after that. Like, I know he blew as hell. Like, at that point, it ain't even worth it no more, because you really just pulled a dummy. and the police just gonna walk outside like, what the hell was that? Obviously, somebody broke in. Well, not broke in, but a person that ain't trying to be in jail or whatever broke out and took one of your vehicles and stuff. So y'all should have been definitely more concerned than that, because they just literally peeked out like, what's going on? Like, y'all should already know what's going on. Y'all need to be running out after that vehicle pretty much, at least, shit, or do something. But I don't know, man. Maybe that's just the movies, I guess. It is what it is.
Even dumb criminals get lucky breaks eventually. After being arrested at a motel for theft, this woman found her way into a police holding cell. She was left alone with her phone to try to arrange bail money in a life home. She struggles to break free of the cuffs, anchoring her to the wall in between checking text messages. Even though police say the cuffs were on its tightest setting, she was able to wriggle her dainty hands free. She took the keys off a hook on the wall and used them to open an emergency exit to quietly slip out the back door while no one was watching. She was busted an hour later when she returned to the same hotel where she was arrested that morning, instantly recognized by the staff who worked there.
That was a dumb move right there. If you know you just got took to jail basically from that hotel, why would you go back to that same hotel like nobody else was gonna notice? Especially in an hour, literally. Well, I don't know how long she been there. Actually, they didn't say, but they just said she got caught within an hour after she broke out. But yeah, that's just crazy, man. You definitely messed up on that one. You should never go back to where you just got arrested at that same exact day. Like, people know not to go back to the place they just got arrested at. And now it's going to look suspicious and stuff like that. And yeah, and so on, man. But she definitely messed up. She at least could have called somebody and told them to pick her up from a different location and then go about her business. But you going to go right back to where you was at.
Bulldozer attack. Denmark is famous for Vikings and Lego bricks, but mass prison escapes? Not so much. 25 years ago, a TV film crew received an anonymous tip about a protest outside of a prison in Copenhagen and went there to document the event. What happened next was a bulldozer slamming into the brick wall of the jail and knocking it down, with prisoners running out of the hole like ants fleeing from their nest. They can be seen running down the street laughing and cheering, celebrating their newfound freedom. The film crew were arrested on suspicion of having prior knowledge of the escape and failing to notify police. 13 inmates escaped in total, some with lengthy jail terms for violent crimes and murder, with only 3 ever being caught. Police. 13 inmates escaped in total, some with lengthy jail terms.
I'm trying to make sure I ain't tweaking. Did he just say only 3 of them got caught?
Crimes and murder, with only 3 ever being caught. Outside of a prison in Copenhagen and went there to document the event. What happened next was a bulldozer slamming into the brick wall of the jail and knocking it down, with prisoners running out of the hole like ants fleeing from their nest. They can be seen running down the street laughing and cheering, celebrating their newfound freedom. The film crew were arrested on suspicion of having prior knowledge of the escape and failing to notify police. 13 inmates escaped in total, some with lengthy jail terms for violent crimes and murder, with only 3 ever being caught.
Out of 13 prisoners that escaped, some of them with some very violent crimes committed, y'all managed to only catch 3 of those people? 3? Yeah, somebody deserved to get fired, man. At that point, I ain't gonna lie. Well, they can't get fired because basically, from what my understanding, it's not really their fault that somebody crashed the bulldozer into the wall. But at the same time, though, it's like y'all really ain't only catch but 3 people out of the 13 people that ran away, escaped. That's very scary, man. That's just crazy.
Detailed instruction.
My man said, yeah. But it ain't funny, but man, how do y'all let that many prisoners escape and only catch 3 of them? And a lot of them with a lot of serious violent crimes and long jail terms. Y'all should have been searching the area. Y'all should have been posting pictures everywhere. Y'all should have been posting and doing a whole lot of stuff to catch them people within literally a day or two. Like, literally. But y'all only caught 3. Y'all gotta do better than that.
Prisons are designed to keep inmates in, not to give them easy ways to get out. After all, the key to success is executing a carefully detailed plan. Typically, you would think that installing air vents large enough for a man to squeeze through most of the floor would be a bad idea in a prison, but this was exactly how this trio gained access into the plumbing shafts behind the wall. They used ropes made out of bed sheets and had a getaway van waiting with fresh clothes and a bottle of Jack Daniels for a celebratory drink. It only took 8 minutes for 3 inmates to complete their complex plan, ironically using a cell phone to film their escape from their cell. These guys traded 15 minutes of fame for an extra 15 years behind bars.
So you mean to tell me you literally documented exactly everything y'all was doing up to the point before y'all basically got caught? Y'all literally just did that literally for 15 minutes of fame that made no sense. Now y'all getting even 15 more years in jail when y'all possibly could have been out a lot sooner depending on what kind of crimes y'all committed in the first place. People be doing some stupid stuff sometimes, man. If I was to break out, I'm not posting nothing. I'm not telling nothing on the internet. I'm not doing any of that. I'm literally going ghost if I can. Simple. I'm not finna be documenting just, yeah, y'all see me, I broke out the jail. Man, they playing it. Man, they suck up in here. None of that. I don't care. All of that don't mean nothing if I get caught. Simple. I don't give a care in the world for showing people, oh, I was able to break out of jail. No, that ain't something to even gloat about. Like, man, you better go ahead and get ghosted. Shoot, run away as long as you can or something. And without any trace. Literally.
Daring escape. They say that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Arrested at school for fighting, this teenager was left alone in an interrogation room for only 10 seconds before he threw caution to the wind and fearlessly jumped out of a 16-foot-high second-story window. He may just have rubber bones, as he got straight back up after surviving the fall and got out of there as fast as his legs could carry him. The cop comes to check on him 14...
I seen this a while ago. I think it was on Facebook or something. I seen this clip about the situation. He literally ain't waste no time at all, man. I don't know how he was able to just run and after falling from that high up in the air, jumping out the window. But either his adrenaline was really pumping before the incident, because basically he did get arrested for just fighting, so he probably still had a lot of adrenaline left. But yeah, man, I don't know how he was able to do that, but he definitely had powers on his side that day. He said, I'm jumping out of 16 feet windows with no bruising, no hurt, no nothing, and I'm gonna just run. Literally. Like ain't nothing happened.
Minutes later, and you can clearly hear him saying a few choice words when he realizes what's happened. The boy was found 3 hours later at his friend's house. We can safely say that when he turns 21, the only bars he will be attending will be made of iron. Through the window. The mind is a powerful thing. All you have to do is believe in yourself and commit. This inmate had a pretty simple plan. He was being processed in a detention center. One of his buddies would distract the guard while he made his getaway. When he saw an extremely small window, he thought, think thin, over and over in his head before taking a running leap, diving through the window. Once outside, he got into the getaway car his girlfriend was waiting in, and they were off like a modern-day Bonnie and Clyde. 26 days later, they were discovered living in an abandoned house in the next state after an anonymous tip-off. The warden said he's taking extra steps and putting locking mechanisms on the window, which should have been a no-brainer in a prison. Psst, hey, you still there? We'll see.
The fact that he was able to just jump through a window without getting caught by anybody. Obviously, we seeing people in the background, but they looking like, what the hell? By the time he got outside, hopped in a getaway car with his girlfriend, went to a whole nother state, and was literally gone for 26 days. That's just crazy. I don't know how they was able to pull that off, but they pulled it off, man. That's definitely a lot of luck on his side that day, because cops should have been in their car chasing after him and everything. Like, as soon as they would have heard, oh yeah, we got a runner and stuff, woo woo, everybody hop in their squad car or whoever is available to go do that, and let's go chase them. Get them out the basically out of the public and put them right in jail. And well, in the dude case, right back in jail, because now his girlfriend going to jail too. But yeah, man, they definitely should have been able to catch up to them or something, or have more eyes and stuff on what's going on. They definitely should have been able to get enough evidence to figure out what kind of car they driving, where was they last seen, and all type of stuff, and call the surrounding areas to notify them about, all right, we got an escaped person, this is the type of vehicle they're in, etc., etc. Post it everywhere and just be on the lookout pretty much. But yeah, that's just crazy. They almost went a whole month of just gone.
Since you made it this far, here are all the shout-outs we promised everyone that commented on our previous.
Well, that's pretty much the end of the video, y'all. If y'all enjoyed this video as much as I did, definitely leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're brand new. And do not forget, if you're brand new, subscribe and turn on your post notifications as well. And don't forget to also share our channel with your friends, family, etc. Because if you enjoy this content, then they might enjoy this content as well. But other than that, man, that's pretty much the end of this video. And I'm going to see y'all later on. Peace.